Today on Hidden Secrets Revealed Live, Jeff Bezos reacts on taxes for rich and poor. This conversation with Bezos on CNBC reminds me of the California Billionaire Tax. It won't make a difference. Why not? Let me reveal this hidden secret to you live right now on Hidden Secrets Revealed Live. HSRL is a production of the Safe New Media Network. Before you keep watching, let me tell you who this is not for. This show is not for you if you take yourself too seriously. If you are a seeker, let me be your guide. To discover accurate truth for yourself, let me help you increase the quality and effectiveness of your life by revealing to you the hidden secrets of the multiverse. It's the only podcast of its kind right now on this subject, going live on X, therefore the most popular live stream podcast live right now on this subject, going live on X. This show is specifically for those who are seeking new perspectives, fresh ideas, and a willingness to explore new possibilities. My intention is to help investors like you stay ahead of the curve and make the most out of emerging opportunities. Today on HSRL, ladies and gentlemen, you know what keeps me up at night? The California Billionaire Tax. Have you seen this? It's a proposed 5% tax on people with over $1 billion. The logic of the bill is wild. If you extract $100 billion from 200 people, you can permanently fix the state's budget deficit. The reality of the bill is something else. If you try to extract $100 billion from 200 people, you find out they already moved to Florida 3 weeks ago. It's beautiful. The state says we are going to tax the billionaires because they are here. And the billionaires say, we are no longer here because you are going to tax us. The California Billionaire Tax is fascinating because it's the first tax that triggered migration before it existed. That's impressive. Usually, you have to pass the law first before people flee on yachts. California was like, we're taking 5% of your net worth. And billionaires reacted like a deer hearing a twig snap in the woods. Suddenly, every tech founder became a cowboy. I've always loved Texas. Big hat guy, huge freedom enthusiast. The whole debate is really two religions arguing over one chicken sandwich. One side says, no one earns $1 billion without exploitation. The other side says, no one earns $1 billion unless the chicken is phenomenal. Both arguments make sense because every civilization eventually becomes a conversation about food delivery and resentment. California taxing billionaires is like punishing a guy for curing cancer. So the guy leaves for Nevada and California cancer patients die. They call it a one-time 5% emergency levy based on a residency snapshot from January 1st, 2026. A residency snapshot. Like the government is a traffic camera catching you speeding through the state. You know what the politicians want you to believe? It's only a one-time tax, just a little off the top. We just want to plug a hole in Medi-Cal. Have you ever known the government to do anything once? If the government discovers a way to get $100 billion by pushing a button, they are going to glue that button down. It's like a guy telling his wife, I'm going to the bar this one time, honey, just to look at the beer. No, you're an alcoholic. The state of California is addicted to spending money it doesn't have. And the billionaires are the liquor store. The funniest part, the moment they filed this initiative in April 2026, the billionaires didn't even wait for the vote in November. They immediately changed their zip codes. The billionaires read the newspaper. Having $1 billion often correlates with having a private jet. And having a private jet correlates with not staying where you are not welcome. Now, the state treasury is empty, but we do have a very large collection of empty mansions in Malibu. So, progress. We could have a dynamic society, create a service people love, optimize delivery, allow variation. That's how you end up with Amazon Prime and a rocket ship that lands backward on a boat. These politicians like AOC and Sanders want a static society. Form a committee, pass a 5% levy, create a 400-page appraisal form for intellectual property. Then you spend $12 billion on a high-speed rail line that currently consists of 3 miles of dirt near Fresno. The ideology of wealth redistribution treats wealth like a pizza. Hey, Jeff has 8 slices. Give 4 to Andrew. But wealth isn't a pizza. It's a sourdough starter. If you leave it alone and feed it, it grows. If the state takes 5% of the starter every week to balance the budget, pretty soon nobody has any bread. And everyone is standing around chewing on raw flour, wondering why the ecosystem failed. Elon Musk pointed this out on X recently. Free markets cut global poverty from 38% to 10%. But the unions in California looked at that and said, yeah, but what if we took the remaining 10% and spent it all on administrative overhead for a school district that doesn't teach reading? That's the real joke. You can't tax a billionaire who can afford to buy the island you're trying to deport him to. But seriously, folks, I love Jeff Bezos trying to explain how capitalism works to Andrew Ross Sorkin. He's using a burger joint metaphor. Jeff, you own a spaceship company. You haven't seen a burger that didn't come on a silver platter since 1994. Bezos says, Andrew, you open one burger outlet, delicious. Then you open a second outlet. Now you have 20 employees. By the time you open 1,000 outlets, you're a billionaire. It's in and out. What kind of a world is Jeff living in where a guy opens 1,000 burger places by accident? Honey, I went out for a spatula and I accidentally opened a franchise in Toledo. We're worth $2 billion. And then he says, but your chicken has to be good. That is his deep economic insight. The chicken has to be good. Forget market liquidity. Forget supply chains. If the bird is dry, the empire crumbles. Jeff Bezos explaining capitalism with burgers is the most billionaire thing ever. You start with one burger stand, then 2, then 3. Yeah, that's how every mafia documentary starts too. I love how billionaires explain economics like they're teaching a golden retriever to sit. People voluntarily bought the burgers. Right. And then I became worth $240 billion. Right. So technically, I'm a lunch lady. Bezos says billionaires create at least $1 billion in value for society, which is true. Nobody accidentally becomes a billionaire. You don't wake up one day like, honey, the chicken franchise is out of hand. But then redistribution people hear this and go, no human being should have that much money. Meanwhile, they're ordering from Amazon at 2:13 a.m. I need a Slovenian garlic press delivered by dawn. You are the demand curve, lady. You're basically dating the company. The funniest part is Bezos saying government waste is the problem, not revenue. That's such a CEO sentence. If Amazon ran like the city, your package would arrive 6 weeks late with the wrong item. If you ran the city like Amazon, customers would pay a subscription to get overnight delivery of what exactly? More garbage on the street? With Amazon, you click a button while on the toilet, and 12 hours later, a guy drops a 50-pound bag of dog food on your porch. He doesn't even ring the bell. Then he vanishes like a ninja. With the government, you pay them $50,000 in taxes. 6 months later, you get a letter saying your mailbox is the wrong shade of federal regulation gray, and you owe them a $500 fine for farting near a state park. If Amazon ran the government, they would outsource the military to Prime. You'd get a notification. Your freedom has been delivered. It was left behind the bush next to the garage. That's my time. I got to get back to work. Share this, retweet on X, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify. You're allowed to make fun of me only if your jokes are funny and you get my name right. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts. And of course, you don't have to do this. But if you want to, you can visit my X profile to learn more. It's not necessary to follow me on X, but now you can follow at Safe New Media on X. Follow at Safe New Media on X, FKA Twitter. Whatever you decide, team up with me to bring about serious advancement for each other. The plan is for our community to share with each other the systems, the processes, the workflows that we are successfully using in order to help each other grow. It's not a cult, but have you ever felt that deep, powerful sense of belonging that transforms your entire perspective? That's what awaits you in our community. As you hear me talking now, you might begin to imagine yourself surrounded by like minded individuals who truly understand your aspirations. Picture yourself waking up each morning with renewed purpose, knowing you're part of something greater than yourself. Your future self is already thanking you for taking this step today. The door is open, and all you need to do is walk through it. Belong higher. Join our inner circle on Telegram. It's free. There's a link to it at the top of the Safe New Media X profile. The official source for this show is safenewmedia.com/HSRL. And this episode is brought to you by the AI Apocalypse Small Business Fix. Most small business owners know AI is changing things, and they have no idea where to start. They're running their businesses. They don't have time to figure it out. All businesses that neglect becoming AI first will be eradicated. Don't let it happen to yours. Go to safenew.media to get your AI assessment for small businesses now. Small businesses, do it. It's a roadmap we build for a business. It shows you exactly where AI can improve your operations, customer follow-ups, scheduling, marketing, repetitive admin work, etc. We find the gaps, explain what's possible, and hand you a clear written plan. You'll receive a written report, simple, clear, no fluff. This is for you if you're a business owner with around 50 employees or less. You realize what's coming. the AI tidal wave. You're aware that if you do nothing, your business is in trouble. When I started what became Safe New Media, it was at the beginning of COVID-19. Remember that? Panic was in the air. That's when I helped entrepreneurs adapt. Live stream video, content creation, not to mention Zoom meetings. That was all the new normal. Today, a similar paradigm shift is happening. After the ChatGPT moment came the OpenClaw moment. The new normal is the next inflection point from another AI breakthrough. Are you falling behind? Ready to change with the times? Or would you rather get left behind? Now you can secure your AI apocalypse small business fix. Limit 3 clients per week. First come, first serve. Only one spot left this week. You'll be added to our waitlist when at capacity. Go to safenew.media. What I'm about to tell you next will shock you.
This is not an offer, solicitation of an offer to buy or sell securities. Past performance is not an indication of future results. Investing involves risk and may result in partial or total loss. Prospective investors should carefully consider investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses, and should consult with a tax or legal advisor before making any investment.
Before making any investment decision, always do your own research. This is not financial advice. Are you an accredited investor? This is for you. Today, the market has shifted for multifamily real estate. We're at the bottom of the cycle for multifamily. Rent growth in the Sun Belt is at 0%. Most investors are about to get wiped out. Real estate has a dirty secret. It doesn't follow demand, it follows cheap money. And when money gets cheap, people build too much every time. That bill is due now. So, two opposing facts are true. Many apartment owners are distressed. The only reason they need to sell is not that they want to, they have to, or else return the keys to the bank. The other fact is that families are stuck as forever renters. We're seizing this shift. We're passing on the majority of deals because the numbers don't work, but we are buying 100 unit assets in growth markets, sometimes less than 80 units if the deal makes sense. If it pencils, we'll consider it. Few get in. Why? We don't need more money. We're looking for investors aligned with our values. We're improving quality of life at scale for hardworking families. Secure your place on our waitlist. Go to Inveresta.com. You can now subscribe to our newsletter that secures your place. And you can now receive your free guide. It's called Location Science 2026, 5 filters to find growth markets for multifamily real estate. Don't ignore the data before you invest. When you subscribe, you secure your place on our waitlist for the next opportunity. Most real estate people tell you to invest in your backyard. What if your backyard is the wrong location? Avoid losing money by investing in the wrong location. Hit me up on our X profile at Inveresta. Retail investors can send me a DM there. Let me know what kind of investment opportunities you are looking for. Accredited investors can get in touch with me today. Call my office. Go to Inveresta.com. Accredited investors only. This is not an offer or solicitation to the general public. One more thing before I let you go. I want to invite you to subscribe to Methods of Prosperity newsletter. You owe it to yourself to be rich. Society, our parents, teachers, and peers have conditioned us. They want us to be like them. They need us to comply. They need us to be conventional like they are. As Herb Kelleher, co-founder and CEO of Southwest Airlines, remarked, all the people that were telling me those things were expressing conventional wisdom. And if it's conventional, it ain't wisdom. And if it's wisdom, it ain't conventional. My name is Sean Allen Fenn, and I'm obsessed with prosperity. This is the natural state of the human spirit. It turns out there's no limit. There's also many variables. Some keep their day job, others go all in. Some are entrepreneurs, while others are value investors. But all of them have a certain mindset. Understanding what makes them tick grants us insight into our own journey. Methods of Prosperity newsletter is for anyone who agrees that success leaves clues. It's the most popular newsletter to brainwash yourself rich. Become a renegade billionaire. Go to safenewmedia.com/newsletter. To become a billionaire, one must first be conditioned to think like a billionaire. You can now subscribe for free at safenewmedia.com/newsletter. You can also join their Methods of Prosperity community on Telegram. Check it out. Thanks for making this the most popular live stream at this hour on this subject, broadcasting on X, formerly known as Twitter. Hidden Secrets Revealed Live is a production of Safe New Media, unconventional, diversified global digital media company devoted to the practice, administration, and dissemination of the ideologies of its founder, moi, yours truly. My name is Sean Allen Fenn, and this is definitely not a cult. I like you, but don't take my word for it. Decide for yourself.